Hey all, Bryan VantHof here with Remax Advantage Plus, Ramsey Trusted, and the Minnesota real estate team. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully all those leftovers are gone and you're into the Christmas cookies and all the other things going on for really what we have Christmas coming up very, very quickly here. So we are, 3 weeks from today, away from Christmas. So that is coming quickly. Get your shopping done. I hope you're doing well with that, and I hope you have a great Christmas season. But wanted to reach out here today just to get back into it, talk about what happened over the past week in the real estate market, what's been going on recently, what's going on right now, and what we can expect here through the holidays and really into the next 60 days or so. So we'll talk a little bit about that as we get into it. But as always, let's start with the week that was for the previously owned homes, single-family homes, townhomes, and condos within that 50-mile radius of downtown Minneapolis in Minnesota. So it was a slow week. Thanksgiving certainly slowed things down. We only had 437 new listings hit the market in the past 7 days. Again, that includes Thanksgiving weekend. That's down from the week prior to Thanksgiving by 173, but it's actually 35 more than the Thanksgiving week last year. We're just seeing more listings hitting the market this year than we did last year, but we're not seeing a massive accumulation of listings, which we'll talk about here a little bit. We are actually seeing inventory levels going down, even though we are still up, comparatively speaking, to where we were last year. Most new listings came on the market just really since this past Sunday. Not really much happens between Thursday and Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. It's just traditionally very slow. Of the new listings, 298 were single family, 94 were townhomes, and 45 were condos. There are sellers who still want to sell. There are sellers still anticipating trying to sell this year yet with the inventory that we have, and we have 114 coming soon listings. That is 24 more than last week and 9 more than the same week last year. There is a total of 5,296 available homes on the market. That's down 282 from last week, down 635 from 2 weeks ago, but we're still 640 more than where we were at this time last year. Total available homes have dropped over 17% since the end of October, with a likely continuing of our shrinkage of available homes really through the next 6 weeks before maybe a stabilization and things starting to rise. The Super Bowl is a real thing. Inventory starts to take off after the Super Bowl, but available homes are down already 17% from our end of October numbers. Last year, available inventory from the end of October to where we are in December now dropped 20%. This is just a time when fewer homes are on the market. Breaking the available inventory down further, of the 5,296 total available homes, 3,190 of them are single-family homes. That's down 160 from last week, down 418 from 2 weeks ago, but it's 379 more than last year. The median listing price of a single-family home is $430,000. That's unchanged from last week, but it's actually $17,000 lower this year than where it was at this time last year, when the median listing price was $447,000. Days on the market right now is 55 for single families. That's unchanged from last week. Just because the median price is $17,000 less right now than where we were at this time last year doesn't mean that prices have come down. Really what that means to me, because if I look at the sales price per square footage, it's actually up about $3 per square foot compared to last year. What it's kind of leading me to believe is that we're actually starting to see a few more of affordable or entry-level single-family homes hitting the market as opposed to more expensive homes. So giving first-time buyers, downsizing buyers who are just looking for a more affordable home, there's a few more options for you out there right now than probably there were last year at this time and probably any time in the past 5 years. So that's part of the reason, in my belief, that's kind of what I'm reading into it, is why the median listing price for single family homes is $17,000 less right now than where we were at the same time last year. Going back to the inventory, of our total available homes, 1,149 are townhomes. That is down 73 from last week, down 154 from 2 weeks ago, but it's up 168 from last year. Median listing price of an available townhouse right now is $290. That's down $5,000 from last week and also down $5,000 from last year. Now, to me, on the townhouse side of things, it actually does mean townhouses did see a little bit of a price reduction here over the past 12 months. Unfortunately for townhouse owners, you didn't see as much appreciation as a single family home, but better than condos. Days on market for townhouses is up 2 to 55. Condos make up 957 of our available homes. That's down 49 from the prior week, down 63 from 2 weeks ago, but 94 more than where we were last year. Median listing price of a condo is $200,000, which is unchanged from last week and last year. Days on the market did rise to 95 from last week. We have 387 homes that went from active to pending. That's down 229 from the prior week, and all Thanksgiving related. 295 went from pending to closed. That's down 584. And there are a total of 2,513 pending sales today, which is down 38 from last week. Just haven't been a lot of closings in the past 7 days, because honestly, closings more typically happen on Thursdays or Fridays. So with last week being Thanksgiving and Friday, most banks being closed, just not a lot of closings have happened so far since last week. That's the biggest reason for the very little change in the pending listing side of things. Mortgage rates did rise about 1/8 from last week, but it's really just kind of back to where we were 2 weeks ago, where a good mortgage broker is going to be between 6 1/8 and 6 3/8 on a single family home with good credit. From 1 month ago, we're down about 1/8%. About the same as 3 months ago, 1/4% lower than 6 months ago, down 1/8 from 9 months ago, and the same down 1/8 from 1 year ago. Today's rates are very similar to where we were just even 2 years ago. So we just have not seen a lot of reductions in our mortgage rates for quite some time. And we have seen rates in the 7s over the past few years, but we are really we're trending more towards the bottom end on our mortgage rates for where we were over the past 3 years. So it's for where things are, we're actually doing okay on the mortgage rates side of things. Showing activity certainly slowed over the Thanksgiving weekend. We had just 5,700 realtor requested showings in the past week. That was nearly half of what was reported for the week 2 weeks ago. Last year, we're also much busier over the Thanksgiving holiday, when just over 7,000 at 7,050 realtor scheduled showings were made over the Thanksgiving holiday. So certainly a lot slower. I'm sure the cold and the snow all played a big factor, in addition to just being the Thanksgiving holiday. So that kept a lot of people home. That's why you just didn't get much traffic. It's just Thanksgiving. You just don't get much traffic over Thanksgiving. We have pretty much entered fiscal year 2026 when it comes to the real estate market. Any offers that are made today very likely will close in January or later, meaning it's going to be 2026 before most buyers who make offers today get into their next home. So that's why I'm saying right now we have pretty much entered fiscal 2026 for the real estate market. So what's going to happen in 2026? I think prices are going up for real estate. If you're a seller, anytime after March is really anytime after mid-February, but anytime after March is probably a more ideal situation. And maybe you can't wait that long, and maybe you don't care. You need to sell your house because you need to buy something else. And at that point, you're just trading in the same market. But if you're just selling to sell, then you want to make the most money for your home. Typically, it's going to be sometime after March, between March and August, when you're going to get the most for your home. Most closings on offers that you make today will freeze up there. I felt like that football analyst over the weekend, but I didn't have that stress. If you make an offer on something today that closes in January, your first house payment is going to be March 1st. So the beauty about this is if you're offering today, you're almost 3 months away from having to make a house payment on your home. So that certainly is a benefit to you. And the reason I keep bringing up why this is still the best time of the year to be a buyer is this December and January are the 2 months of the year where the sellers have to be the most flexible with their home prices. This is the time of year where sellers are, on average, receiving 2 to 3% less than their original listing price. There's no other months of the year that sellers, on average, are receiving this low percentage of their original listing price. These are the 2 months that are at the bottom of the trough for the year when it comes to sellers taking lower offers to get their homes moved. From a buyer perspective, you're facing dwindling home options for the year with the inventory. We are going to continue to see fewer and fewer homes on the market and fewer homes listed each week through the end of January. So you have certainly a much lower selection of homes to take a look at as a buyer. But if you can find something that fits your needs, this is still the absolute 100% best time of year to be a buyer. It's going to be the time when you're going to get the best deals, the most concessions, the most repair requests done from a seller. Those sellers, they want to get rid of that house. They don't want to pay the gas bill over the winter season. So, if you set yourself up in a position to buy, now is absolutely the best time of the year to be a buyer. I don't expect that mortgage rates are really going to move much over the next 12 months. We might see them drop a quarter, maybe to 0.5%, but I would anticipate that 2026 is, while yes, the rates are going to look a little bit lower next year, it's not going to be 5, it's not going to be 4, it's not going to be anything near that. It's maybe going to be high 5s to low 6s pretty much for the next 12 months. So if you set yourself up to buy, it's just now is the time to take a look and get out there and take a peek. If you can find the house that fits your needs, don't settle. But if you can find the house that you love, there's options out there. Make an offer now. Get out today. Make it part of your holiday shopping experience. Make the largest investment by buying a house. So I'd love to be the realtor who helps you succeed with that. I'm here. I've been working with buyers and sellers for well over 20 years now. I've helped 55 buyers and sellers this year alone, over 50 buyers and sellers the year before. I help a lot of people every year. I love to be the person who helps you. I love working with first-time home buyers. I love just walking first-time home buyers through every part of the transaction, being with you from the day we start looking at homes till the day you get your keys, to even after that if you have questions about repairs. I've even offered to my buyers that I'll go in and help them fix things if they don't understand how to repair just minor household items. There's always YouTube can help with that as well. So if realtors don't just sell you homes, some of us actually get out there and get our hands dirty and help with that type of thing too. So housing is not going to get cheaper next year. So if you are, let me help you succeed with your real estate goals. I want to answer any questions that you might have, be the resource for you, and just help you with really anything going forward into the future as far as real estate goes. So please reach out anytime. I am working over the holiday season. I would love to show you some homes when the time is right for you here over the next 6 months. Hope you have a great weekend if I don't talk to you soon.